Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell. Stay alert when we release our new videos. All right guys, well, it's pretty warm out today. We got a little warm spell coming through here, but those chicks are starting to grow pretty fast down in the basement in our starting brooder, which is just a big tote that we put some chicken wire mesh on the lid. We've got those 10 chicks that are in there. They're all doing really good and growing really good. They're just getting to a point where they need to be in a bigger brooder, bigger space. And we knew that going into it. So our plan from the beginning was once they reach this stage where they're a little bit bigger, we're gonna utilize the old bachelor pad. This is where we had the roosters at, a handful of them, 20 some roosters at one point. There's runs and all that, but we're not gonna worry about the runs right now. I actually have to come in here. We have a solar door that's on the back of this coop that we installed last year, months back, and I need to get that closed up. And what we need to do inside the coop itself, and there's no nesting boxes in this one, so it's just a big open, pretty much brooder coop. And in here, you'll notice there's a couple roosting posts that are out there. The ground itself isn't too bad. It looks dirtier than it is. It only got used for, I don't know, a week or so before we moved all the chickens out of here. So we might just reuse that for now and we'll clean it out eventually. But there's a section up front there where it goes out to the door. And I think we're gonna put a piece of wood or something there just to block that off, to keep them from going up into that section over there. And then as far as the windows and stuff go, there's chicken wire and 2x4 welded wire over top of them. So there's like 2 layers of security when it comes to the windows. However, you'll see here, there's the chicken wires on the inside and the 2x4 wires on the outside. Because the chicks are kind of small right now, just to be safe, we'll probably tack up a little piece of screen on the inside of that just to prevent any snakes or any other predators that could possibly break through there to get to the chicks, try to prevent them from getting to them. And they should be fine. All we need to do really is put the screen on the window, move out their heating pad, which instead of a lamp heater for them to stay under, we just have one of those heating pads that it's like a little box that they can go under. Right now they've been flying up and jumping out of the other brooder on top of that, but move all that out here and then we'll be good to go. They'll have plenty of space here to grow out. And once they get big enough and feather out, they'll eventually be introduced to the main flock back there at the main coop. But we just need to get them out of the basement now because the basement's starting to get stinky. They're getting big and crazy, flying around, they're starting to feather out. Chickens grow so fast. If you haven't had chickens before, when you get them, you'll be surprised at how fast they start growing and feathering out. So anyways, that's our goal for right now. Just want to work on the coop here, just get stuff taken care of and maybe get these chicks moved out here. Right, so I think we can close this door. If I remember right, I think it's this button. There we go. We're just gonna keep that closed. Did have it set on a schedule where that would open at a certain time in the morning, and then of course it would close at a certain time in the evening when we had the roosters in here, the other chickens. But we don't have any mature birds up here right now, so I don't need to worry about that being on a schedule. It just needs to stay closed to keep predators out. Put a little bit of metal screening up along the windows, and yeah, it should be all we need, right? Are we gonna block that off there?
I don't know, I was looking.
Well, because there's those gaps that, yeah, in the sofit area. I don't know, I don't think that's quite big enough for them to get out. I'm more worried about something getting in. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Oh, let's see how they get it.
Yeah. Our biggest concern is something coming up through the bottom up there. And it is definitely big enough for a snake to. Oh yeah, it's big. To go right up underneath.
Yeah, but, I can go on the inside and we can just put some scrap wood up there.
Yeah, we can block that off. Either way.
We need to open this and make sure if this can still open. But
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think we have some screen right here in the greenhouse somewhere. We did.
Used it for something.
Oh, it's up here. So we have hardware cloth and the metal screen, which since the metal screen is a little easier to work with and is a little bit more pliable, we'll probably end up just using the screen. We're gonna use this to cut out, put by the windows and up front where like the soffit vents are. Need to make sure we cover that so snakes and whatnot can't get in there. But this is metal, aluminum screening. We'll use this, pretty simple. Let's cut this with a pair of scissors and then use a staple gun and staple it up in place. It should work for now. Again, we're just trying to keep the babies safe while they're little. We need a staple gun and scissors.
And get the pine shavings down in the basement.
Yep, let me go grab the pine shaving. I'll set this down over here by the coop and let's go grab the pine shavings so that we can give them some fresh bedding in here as well. Here we go. We're getting your house ready. You guys ready to move out to the big bird brooder? Yeah? I hear the kids upstairs riding around on their hoverboards being pretty loud. Check this out, guys. The plants are still growing, making some good progress. Still keeping them healthy, watered, under scheduled light for another couple weeks until we can get them out from here and start planting in the garden. So there's still a lot more work that needs to be done on that yet. Now we can get this over to the new Brooder Coop and get the bedding fixed, freshened up. No, I didn't get scissors, forgot those. Jerry's gonna grab the scissors and stapler and we can start putting this together. It's nice out though today. The weather feels great. Skies are looking good. Been having a lot of rain and cold fronts coming through. Kind of feels like a nice warm spring day or cool summer day. Either or, it's in the 70s right now. I'll take it, it's so comfortable. So the first thing we're gonna tackle real quick is we're gonna cut out the screen to do the windows. Jerry's a lot smaller than me, so she's gonna go into the coop and work on stapling everything up and cutting it to size. So I guess the first thing is just quite literally.
You to hold it up for me.
Yep, you can get two out of it if you cut it down the middle.
Yeah.
Let's see the height wise though. Go about
Here?
somewhere in there, yeah. Now this isn't a fashion contest, so we're not going for pretty, we're going for usability here. So functionality is what we're shooting for. Overlap, overlap. Here, just do this. Just cut it right down the seam. There. Now we've got our two window coverings. Instead of doing it on the outside where it can get ripped off easy, we're gonna go on the inside. Well, Jerry's gonna go on the inside and staple this right up against the window. Again, that just gives an extra layer of security against snakes and whatnot getting in there and getting a hold of the chicks. Good enough.
Nice.
Nice. Looking good. All right, now the light you see up behind her, we just need to fill those gaps up in the roof over there. So we're just gonna get a few pieces and cut them, and she's just gonna staple them in there as placeholders, similar to what she's doing now with the window. That way it kind of gives us a level of protection for any, again, snakes coming up through the front to get a hold of the chicks. Really the biggest thing we're trying to fight against is chicks. Of course, the windows, raccoons and other predators could push through. But we have 2x4 welded wire, chicken wire, and now metal aluminum screening on the inside. So that should help deter. Rest of it is going to be closed up in wood, so we shouldn't have any predators. And then the whole bottom side of this coop all has chicken wire, overlapped. So it comes up here and then there's about a 2-foot overlap on the ground, foot or two. And that goes around all of our coops and runs that we have here. We do have that layer of protection all the way. It keeps predators when they go to scratch, prevents them from scratching in at least. Now some people will say don't use chicken wire because you can, you know, it's more vulnerable to predators breaking it and ripping it. I mean, that is true. It's a true statement, but we haven't had any issues here in the several years that we've been here. So everything's worked for us. Now, if we start having issues where possums or raccoons or something like that are starting to rip through our chicken wire, well, then we might need to reinforce it. But again, we've had no issues. We also use chicken wire for aerial predators as well. So all the top of the runs you'll see, we've got coated with chicken wire. And that's just, you know, as we were learning and started growing our farm here, that's just one of the practices we started doing. You know, again, everyone has their own way of doing things. That might not be someone's preferred way, or someone might knock it saying it's not predator proof. Yeah, it's probably true, but we haven't had any issues here, so we're going to continue to use that method. It's the cheapest way we can do it for the size that we need, and it's worked fine. So again, Jerry's going to go ahead. She's just cutting out some pieces there and stapling it back up in those holes. Now that area is very confined down there, and my big old body wouldn't be able to squeeze in there and be able to staple. I'd be hunched over quite a bit, so it is nice having her smaller frame to get in these tighter spaces and get some of this work done. All right, well, I guess while Jerry's working on getting that, I gotta get the extension cord over there so we can get that heat pad plugged in for them, make sure they stay warm. The closest outlet's right here in the pool area, so, which is a total wreck right now. Actually, this is what we need. Use this during Christmas time for lights. So we got an outlet down here that we utilize. It's plugged in. Sure is. It's another task I'll have to do as it gets warmer here. Going into the April-May time frame, I'll have to open our pool back up. Got an in-ground pool here. It goes from 8 foot to 4 foot on that end where the steps are. It was here when we moved in. Hey, we love it though. What's that? Staples. Oh, you need more staples? All right, I think they're in here. I hope they are. Let's see. Looks like I might have to go down to the basement shop because it doesn't look like we have any additional staples in here. No. All right. I guess we're going inside. All right. Where are all of the staples? It's a mess down here. I have to reorganize my stuff. Interesting. Where did my staples go? I don't know where the box is. I have a couple loose pieces here. So I'll just have to use these. Hopefully that's enough for now. You guys up on top of your heater? Yeah? We're going. In a little bit, hang in there. I couldn't find a box of staples, but found a handful of them. And once Jerry's done getting that wire up in there, like I said, we've got some fresh pine shavings here. We'll freshen up the bedding in there, and then everything's ready to go because we have the extension cord. This will be run inside, and yeah, that should be it. I was trying to think if there's anything else we're missing. The only thing is we just got to figure out where we want to put this extension cord going in, and we can put it through a window maybe, or one of these vents. Haven't really figured out the spot where we're going to put this, but we'll cross that bridge here in a minute. Just get the stuff wired up in there first, or stapled up, I should say. I guess one thing we need to look at is the ridge cap. I had this ridge cap that was just sitting on there. Should just get some screws. Blows off when it storms real bad, but just kind of had this sitting up on here. Right somewhere in the middle. We'll probably come down, throw a screw or two in there, and then on these end caps, might be able to just stick a shingle or something in there, cap that off, something like that. Not a big deal. Doesn't really let a ton of rain in or anything. I keep getting hit on these little screws that stick out. There's here and over here. Every time we go in and out of the coop here, I feel like a shirt or something gets caught on those. All right, I guess we'll just put a little fresh bedding in there, and we'll be ready to move. Now, where do you want to put the extension cord? Do you have an idea? Do you want to?
I don't. I was looking.
How wide is it? There. What we might be able to do is utilize that vent. Go in right here. And then my finger?
Yeah.
If we go right up in that corner, that way, because we don't have to cut the screen or go through the roof or anything.
It's stapled.
Oh, is it inside that?
It is. I can probably push through and just re-staple it.
Okay. All right, so we got that taken care of. Jerry's got the line ran in there. We just tied it up over there so it'd stay out of the way. She's got the screen all stapled in over there, which is good. That's all secure. The front door's closed, and we've got some cinder block pieces in there. We put those down to put the water and feeder on because when you put it on pine shavings, it gets uneven and can fall over and make a mess. It's not necessarily the mess that we're worried about. It's, you know, well, the water going over making the bedding itself wet and soggy, but it's a waste of money, right? And having to come out here and keep it clean and clean up after them all the time. So we put cinder blocks down, or like in the small brooder right now, we've got an old weight we used to do that. But either way, the coop itself is all set up. This was the bachelor pad back when we had, well, I don't know, the 20-some roosters that were here. But now it's gonna be the brooder coop because that's what we're gonna utilize. It's just a big brooder. And I think we're all good now to get in here and get these chicks and bring them out here. So let's go get them. All right, Jerry got the power unplugged from the heater in there and took out the weight that was in there underneath the feeder, so, or the water. Yeah. We're just gonna grab this brooder and carry them out there on their voyage to the bigger brooder. Figure it was easier just to carry them like this instead of grabbing the chicks and then grabbing all the stuff that needed to come out with them. All right. Where are we going? We still need to run a hose that get down here from the spigot up there by the pool and get it down here so we can get the water filled up. It's the only thing. We don't have a water faucet or spigot right next to this brooder coop, but it's close enough. It's just right up there by the cars. All right, grab the food, but grab another tote that we can keep the food storage in out here, that we don't have to go back to the house or back to the greenhouse up there where we used to keep the food. Just much easier when you can scoop it right at the coop itself. I was going to try to carry this all together if we can. This should work, right?
Is there a kink?
I don't know. I don't see one. I can smell these plants everywhere. Oh, spearmint. We didn't plant this. I don't know if the previous owners did or it just grew naturally, but I love the smell of spearmint. I just want to chew on it. All right, Jerry's getting the kink in the hose. Finish getting the water filled, and then again, we have the tote down here. We'll use this tote for now. Not the best predator-proof tote or anything like that, but just something to try to keep the feed as dry as possible, at least for now. Figured out?
Oh, with our water.
Let's see these guys start jumping out. They've been jumping up on the edge of this tote, but they've also had the heater to stand on. Oh, found a workaround. Get on the feeder. Come on. Oh, didn't quite do it, huh? Didn't quite do it. So again, we've got 10 chicks here. We've got, oh, there we go, one of the leghorns. So we've got 4 leghorns, we've got 2 black sex lynx, and we've got 4 Wyandottes. So that's what we have. So we're just gonna grab them, put them in a brooder coop. Where are you guys at? You look so tiny now in this coop.
A handful. Come on, one more.
Fill it back. They're on their safe spot. They used to be on top of their heater. What are you guys doing? Where are you at? Checking out the new crib? All right, got your heater, your water, some fresh food, fresh bedding. Now let's see if you guys can figure out how to go from the heater up onto the water, up onto the big roost post.
I know they'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. So again, the main thing was they're just getting so big and outgrowing the small brooder, makeshift brooder. We usually get that for the first week or 2, and then they've got to get into a bigger space. And we just happen to have this coop set up over here that we're not utilizing right now, so convert it to the brooder coop. And they're gonna grow out here for, several more weeks, if not a month plus. And they might even use this space out here and start foraging when they get bigger and feathered out for a little while, until they're pretty much full grown, and then we'll introduce them to the bigger flock, to the egg layers. Being out here should also help them get used to the normal, the sun and wind and normal elements of being outdoors, all in the comforts of being confined with a heater, so that they're still comfortable and stay healthy, but Still get to experience the sun, wind, rain. I said, nope, not today. Feels good to get the chickens moved out here. I said this one here.
Here, you just want to stick this in here?
Yeah, we can do that. There. And then this brooder, what I'll do is I'll just take this and we're just gonna dump this in the compost pile. We'll just add this back over there, which all the chickens have flattened off anyway, so it's just a big flat layer of compost or pine shavings, bedding, old bedding. But yeah, everything's set up out here now. We've got them out of the house. So I can just get this dumped out and then we'll be done with these chicks for now. Just let them, of course, part of the daily routine, come down here and check on their food, their water, make sure they're good to go. Everything's fine for them. And then once they, Jerry's kind of antsy though, because she wants to allow them to go out and have some supervised yard time. They can go out into the runs that are here that are all caged in. She'll come out here and probably sit with them here coming up, letting them just kind of run around in the grass and forage a little bit.
They're all gathered right in the sun.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like, this feels good. This is nice and warm. Let's get this emptied real quick while I'm thinking about it so we can get this put up. Can't even tell. There's compost piles here. You guys did quite the number over here, chickens. Yeah, Raj, you and the ladies. Here we go. Look, as soon as we dump it in there, Roger's alerting his ladies over here to come scratch. You can notice that the other pile that we had here, it's no longer there. They scratched, both piles are almost combined now. The chickens have come through and leveled them out. We got to get back in here and take the shovel and reform them and flip them over. I do have a couple extra pallets that we're going to build out the bay too. So hopefully that's coming up here soon. Anyways, we'll have to get up here and get the other bins built out. Try to stir this a little bit more. I mean, the chickens have already been flipping it for me daily. So just get it reformed back into a couple compost mounds and get the other pallets here. So that'll be coming. But hey, we got the brooder done. Now we can just go ahead and put this back in the basement, store it for the next batch that comes through, and start all over again. Oh, looks like Jerry already closed it up. I was gonna come out here and make sure we're closed up. We gotta get down there and do chores at the barn. All right, we're secure, closed up. Let's see if we can see him in there. What are you guys doing? Hanging out in the sun over there still, huh? Won't focus through here. All right, all closed up. All right, now it's that time. I've got to get down. We've got to get down to the barn and get these chores knocked out real quick before it starts getting dark. Everyone's waiting. You guys ready for some hay? Okay, let me get some. Easy, easy. Don't run into me now. Let's see here. I've been measuring this out to make it a little bit more accurate. This one's a little watery, a little bit more watery than usual, but I don't know. This one's pretty watery.
Yeah, how much is that one?
That's 4. That should be 8. The other one was a little low, so that one right there can be split with the girls. And we've been throwing his in a pan.
Yeah.
And bringing it to him.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I'm coming, Red. I'm coming. All right, you ready? Here. It's like a nice soup for him. Slow down. Well. Oh, there you go. Go over that one, Dobby. There you go. A little soupier than normal, but they'll eat it down. Tink just likes to go, don't matter whose food it is, she goes back and forth. What are you guys doing in here? Huh? What are you doing? That's not your food. Did this one get mixed? No, we gotta get some food in there. We've been trying to do 1 bucket a day for the pigs.
Schedule somehow.
Yeah, we kind of got our schedule mixed up. So this bucket here, I think we kind of put a little less feed in it than normal. That's why it's pretty watery. So we're just going to use the rest of this feed up for the girls here. Since we believe they're pregnant, they could use the extra nutrients anyway, extra calories. Yeah, we should be back on schedule tomorrow with a fresh bucket. Slow down, Tink. I don't even know if she breathes when she eats. She's just...
Water in this one, I'll start it tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow morning.
All right, drop it. Chickens are gonna go run for it too. All right. Well, chores are done, animals are fed. That's good to go. Well, feels good to have those baby chicks, well, a little bit bigger than tiny babies now, but it feels good to have the baby chicks out into the brooder coop out there now. Just let them feather out, grow out, and then once they're big enough, they can come out here and join the rest of the flock, free ranging out here at the main coop. So I appreciate everyone following to the end of today's video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Help us build out our channel here at Ferko Family Farm. It means a lot to us, guys. All right, well, until next time, guys, we'll see you later.